Hello. That was so weird. Okay. I'm Sierra, or you may know me as Sierra Likes Eggs. Don't ask me why I chose that name. It's from the Amanda Show, The Girls Room. If you get it, you get it. If you get it, you're really cool. Anyway, so I'm a Philly native and a Philly John first and foremost. Literally, it's tatted right here. Locked in forever. Anyways, so I just completed an apartment search, right? And I was searching on the YouTube to see what other Philly girls was really doing the apartment search. And to my surprise, there wasn't a whole bunch. I was shook and appalled, honey. So I have some handy dandy notes on my phone. First of all, my phone's on 20%, so we're really off to a good start. And also, I even did my makeup for this. Like, that's so funny because that's the first and last time I'll probably ever do that. Please. I like looking a mess. There's nothing wrong with looking a mess, but that's not the point of this here video. Anyways, so I have some notes. I had recorded footage of like 6 apartments that we went to. Some were so tragic that they should never be mentioned ever again. Rest in peace to those places because you'll never see them, and you should never, actually. So I have the clips from there. I'm going to insert them. I also did an apartment search on my TikTok, so if you're there from there, hey bestie, what's up? This is just a full-length version. So I'm going to put those clips in there. And also, because I got a lot of questions about this on the Clock app, about how much I spent in total. Nobody asked me that directly. Y'all know better. Y'all are very classy. But I'm just saying, generally, it's a lot of debate. Some people say, oh, you should save up $5,000. Some people say you should save up $10,000. Some people say you should save up $20,000. I'm going to just tell you my recommendation. Take it with a grain of salt, babes. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to. You don't know me. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Hey. Anyways, I also kept every single receipt from this search to show what I bought. And I even mapped out some of the costs. Like, I actually did a lot of work. Not really. I did a lot of work for this. So, clap for the heavyweight champ. Me.
2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beam? Too early, baby, later you could show me things.
So, let's get into my criteria for this apartment search. I needed to be in a walkable neighborhood because I love to take a hot girl walk with a little stupid drink and just walk around the town, you know. And I needed somewhere where I, you know, again, living in Philly, you're never guaranteed safety, but I needed somewhere where I would be like, okay, I'm fine walking around myself. If you get it, you get it. So the first thing, walkable. The second thing was it needed to have a lot of space. So I was coming from a 1-bedroom, 700 square feet. And since me and my boyfriend were moving together, it needed to be over 1,000 square feet because we were looking at a bunch of places thinking like, oh my God, it's a 2-bedroom. And it did have two places you could put a bed and 2 different rooms with 2 different doors, but it was giving 800 square feet. Why am I paying you more money when I already have that over there? You know what I mean? So it really needs to have space, like over 1,000 square feet. And the third thing is I wanted it to be nice and cute and not dirty. And that's really, you know, it really wasn't as crazy of a requirement list. It wasn't like, oh, I need a gym. Oh, I need that because my old building didn't have all that. So like I was already paying for a gym. I'm already used to leaving the house for this. And also that's good for me since working from home, you know, you basically live in your house the whole day. Like you're literally working from here, so you need that like distinction. Well, I don't know about you. I'm actually not gonna say you do, but I need that distinction of like, okay, I'm at home, I'm working, and then if I want to get out of the house, I can go to the gym. So those were basically the requirements. And also for a price to pay. So like $3,000 was the max budget. The total max. And nobody really wants to pay that. So we're trying to keep it as low as possible because who wants to pay $3,000 a month? I mean, if you got it and you super loaded, then go ahead. But I'm not, it just wasn't in the cards for me, okay? I'm going to be very honest. I did not want to do that. So that was my criteria before we get into the videos.
You know what it is whenever I visit Windy City. Did I see? No, 30 degrees, way to go, so only time. Will I see you at the show tonight? Will I see you at the show tonight? Hey. Truck to the plane, to the truck to the hotel lobby. Me, I go through underground garages, presidential suite on deposit, elevator up to the room, shower up and then we hit the club. Touchdown, gotta see what's up. Area code in my phone. What numbers do I still have? Who do I know from the past? Hit one, she say she got a man. Hit another one, it goes green. Must've changed foes on the team. Remember when you let me in between? That was 2007.
So the amenities are super nice. They have like the three pools, jacuzzis. Then you can have a masseuse come in. They have a masseuse come in. You can get massages. You can do all this stuff. Like, it's so amazing. Why am I going to pay you like $2,600, $3,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment that's the size of a shoebox, and then also have to pay you for parking? Does that make sense to you? Because it didn't make sense to me. So, anyways, I would give the presidential overall about, if I'm feeling nice, I would actually give it a 6. A 6. And then they kept talking about how they were under new management. So then it got me to thinking, what was wrong with the old management? What was they doing? You know, why do you keep bringing up them people? If you knew and you here or you better, why did you even have to come in here? What was they doing that was so bad? I don't know. And then the gag and the tea was, the day after we went on the tour, I go to sleep, I wake up, open up my TikTok. Why is a girl sitting there on TikTok saying about how her apartment door got kicked in over at the presidential, and about how they wasn't doing nothing to solve the issue? So right then and right there, it was immediately exited off as a valuable place that I would live. If you want to live there, you do you. I'm never going to stop you from being great. But also just know your door might get kicked in and you're going to be paying $1 grillion for a shoebox. So,
Team, all good, chuck a look around. Find one to see my type. That my dog and he know what I like. He done found me plenty in my life. Problem is I meet a girl tonight, then I go and treat her too nice. Galleria credit card swipes. I don't even know if she a wife, but I do know one thing though. Women, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Baby, I'll love you one day. Maybe we'll someday grow. Till then, I'll sit my drunk ass on that runway, on this one way. 2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beam? Too early, maybe later, you could show me things. You know what it is whenever I visit. When he sits, lonely kisses, no. 30 degrees, way to go, home time. Will I see you at the show tonight? Will I see you at the show tonight?
let's get into the Ave. So the Ave was a really cool building. If you know, sorry, my mom needs to stretch, okay? I'm like old. So the Ave, let me stay on track. So the Ave was in King of Prussia, and it was super cutesy because it had all the amenities. It very much so was a luxury building. Like, even when you pulled up, I'm not sure if you can see from the clips that I have like inserted, but even when you pull up, you feel like you're at a hotel. Like, you're literally like, what is this? This is so luxurious. I love it so much. And they really did meet the requirements to like really listen on the tour. So they were showing us a bunch of options. They have like 1 beds and 2 beds. So it was really cute. They had a pool. I swear to God, they had tennis courts. Like, they just had a bunch of amenities for the space. The downside was, did I want to live out in King of Prussia? That was really the juice in the tea. And I believe, and I'll double check and make a little comment here if I'm wrong, but I think that their 2-bedroom was like $3,100, and their 1-bedroom was like $2,600. And the 1-bedroom had a little, certain 1-bedrooms I should say, had like a desk built in the wall, so that would be cool for working from home. But it was just like, that's eating up, no, it's eating up the whole budget. And it is very nice, but also I'll be 30-40 minutes away from the city, 20 minutes on a good day, and that's like really very much on a good day. And it's like, do I really want to give up being in the hustle and the bustle to be out here in suburbia? So the building eats, damn. I'm not even going to front, not even going to cap you down. The building really much is very much so an 11 out of 10. However, King of Prussia and the fact that it was eating up our whole budget, it was like, okay, let's regroup. And then maybe this could be something we do in the next year when we have more time. You know what I mean? Because we started the search in like April, which seems like a like long enough time. But April, and I was meant to move in, I think, oh, duh, I just moved. But the lease ended in September. So we started early, and some people were like, why'd y'all start so early, blah, 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 like a lot of the apartment buildings. But girl, that time flew by. You're living the life, you're la la la, you're having fun, you're working, you're doing, you're laughing, you're playing, you're live, laugh, loving. That time flies by. So we gave ourselves enough time. And even still, it didn't feel like enough time to know like areas and everything, since, you know, I'm from here, but my boyfriend is not. So he didn't really know all the areas, which is fine. But it's just like, you know, you have to go there and experience it together. So the building itself is an 11 out of 10. If you live there, invite me over so I can swim in the pool. But it's just, if you really want to live in King of Prussia and be like settled and calm. So that's why that one got X'd out.
Jury in the safe on arrival, pistol on Jay for survival. A lot of people gunning for the title, a lot of people trying to take us viral. I'm just trying to have a nice night though. Waiter brought a check for the meal. She said, babe, I think that was a typo. Nah, girl, I got it, that's light though. I can show you bigger things than that. It's gonna be a minute till I'm back. Let me get you images that last. Amex had a limit in the past. I had plenty women in the past. I done plenty sinning in the past. You don't need to know, but you can ask. Sticking on your backstage pass, all access, cause you bad. You could go wherever with that ass. Show to the shower, to the truck to the club for the party. You go in first with your girls, cause I don't know who's out there watching. But I do know one thing though, women, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday, Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day, maybe we'll someday grow. Till then I'll sit my drunk ass on that runway, on this one way. 2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beam? Too early, maybe later, you can show me things. You know what it is whenever I visit.
The only place I bought this camera to was actually the Logan lofts. Everything else was done off of my phone, because you know, a lot of times you're ripping and running when you're on these tours anyways. So the Logan lofts are lofts. And if you don't know, Philly has a lot of cool loft apartments. I've never really been into the loft style apartments, but I just thought maybe I didn't see the right one. First of all, once you look up the building, you're going to be like, bestie, what were you thinking? Because the building looks like it's from 1602. Pre-Declaration of Independence. Like, it looks insane from the outside. And I think it was like an old button factory, or I made that up. But it looks believable. It looks like an old button factory. But I thought like, oh, maybe they like really revamped the inside, something crazy, something cool. And the inside looks really cool when you first walk in. Like, they have like this area with like long tables, so in like a living room setup. So it almost looks like, okay, I could do some work from down here. So that was cool. And I think it had a very small, very pequeño gym. Very small, this big. But it was closer to the gym that we used to go to. So I'm like, okay, you know, this is fine. The thing about the actual units when we went in there is they looked old. So the building, like the common areas, everything looked super new, super refreshed. And then you would go to an actual unit and it still looked like it was from 1602. You didn't, the rest of the building didn't get the memo that we were in modern times? That's crazy. So we looked at one loft and we looked at another one that was staged even, and it didn't make it any better. The kitchen was small and awkward. It was dark inside the units. It smelled like old. And you know what old smell like. When you smell old, you know what old smell like. So after really sitting on it, I feel like the area and location to walk and like accessibility to everything is perfect. But again, I'm not paying you big boy prices if you didn't do the big boy work for the building. So I would give the building overall a 5 out of 10. Like, it was just not speaking to me. It was not speaking to me whatsoever. I feel like if you don't mind the old look and that's like cute to you and that's like an aesthetic, and maybe if you don't even cook that much, you will like that building. because it would be like serving your purpose, and you could make it cute on the inside. For me personally, it was not going to work because I like to throw down. I like to cook it up. So it wasn't just going to work for me. It just wasn't. And also by being a loft, it wasn't going to work for the fact that we both work from home. It was going to be terrible, actually, because it's a loft, so there's no real doors or... Oh, sorry, I burped a little bit. It's no real barriers to block out the sound. So yeah, that one had to get the X2. Today is the day. I'm going to give you all a quick little apartment tour because we got the keys, not really the contactless entry for the place today. Yay. So this is the kitchen and living room area. And yeah, you see it, there's stairs. This is the first bedroom with bathroom. I finally have a tub, y'all. I could cry. The washer and dryer are in here. Here's the main bedroom. And y'all see it. There's a little balcony with another bathroom attached. Yup. More stairs, I know. And here's my favorite part. Views. Your girl has to get used to all them stairs, child. Okay, that was just a sneak peek because we're not moving in this weekend. We have to go to a wedding in Chicago. But there will be more videos to come, bye. Now for this place. So this was one of the, obviously the last places we saw, but it was kind of also, it was really random how it happened. It was kind of also after a time where we had been like, all these places are terrible and they're charging way too much money. We might as well just stay in this apartment that I was living in before my old apartment for another year, and then go from there and try to find another place. But I had randomly, the Zillow app is going to be your best friend, okay? Get that app. The Zillow app, hands down the best app. So I was just randomly looking on Zillow again. I love the Zillow app. I still might keep it on my phone just to look at places because I love to look at places and judge people. Anyway, so I was just randomly looking on the Zillow app and I saw this place and I was like, okay, it looks cool, so let's do an apartment view. So we had done a viewing, but it wasn't of one of the units that had the stairs. It was of like another unit that was like all one level in the 2 beds, and even that was like really cute. Like, I like that unit. I was like, okay, I could deal with this, but I knew that there was one that existed with stairs. So I guess one opened and they had filled it. So then 2 weeks later, this is when I saw this current unit. Sorry, I'm like getting all tongue tied. We had seen that first unit, the one that was all one level, and then I knew that they had another unit with stairs. One of the unit with stairs got filled. So then like a few days later, I saw another unit with stairs, and it was the one that we're currently in. So we went to go tour this one, and it had people stuff in it, but it was just, the way it was set up was just so nice that I was like, I can overlook their stuff because I could see how I would make it better. You know what I mean? So we went, right after we saw it, we put down the deposit. That's when you freeze it to shake it off the market. So we did that, and then if you like get approved everything, they keep that and apply it towards your security deposit. So we had to be armed and ready with that, with the funds, honey, to, you know. So now let's get into the funds, the dollars, the money, the moolah. Okay. So, like I said, the first major fee, and I'm going to actually, let's open up the calculator as I do this. So, the first thing was we had to put 1 month's rent down as the deposit, like I said, the security deposit to take the unit off of the market. So, the rent is $21.95. So, I'm going to put that in the calculator. So, $21.95 was the first thing that we had to do. Then we had to have 2 more payments of that before we even moved in, like before move-in day. Building better be laid and slay if I'm giving you all this money. So we already got the $21.95 that I did the first time. I need to times. So times that by 3. That's $6,585. That is just to move in the John. That is just to step foot. So they won't be hounding you to sign to trying to ruin your credit and ruin your life. That's insane. These landlords are scammers. They're scammers. They're scammers. They're not good people, and they're scammers. Cause that's a crazy $6,000, $6,585 is crazy. Just with these receipts that I showed you and the fees just to move in, we're at $8,152.72. And that's not even for every single item that I had purchased. Like, I know when I bought the TVs hung, that's what I'm pointing at. But for the backing to hang the TV and also for the TV itself, that's an additional cost. The TV was $500. And then the backing to hold it up, that was another $50. So that's $8,702.74. And that's probably not even the cost. So I did all that to show you that just to move out, you're probably going to need about $10,000. And that's maybe if you already have all the stuff that you need. Let that sink in. When I moved into my first apartment, my parents were like, oh yeah, you definitely cannot move unless you have $10,000 saved. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm thinking like, that's OD, whatever. But are you kidding me? You heard the story I just told you about IKEA prices and inflation. I ran through that little money in like a weekend just getting stuff for the apartment. I ended up saving closer to like 15, but because that just really helped me. But still, it requires more money than you think, and you just be, that's how you feel. Just shelling out the dollars. It's crazy. So my things that I would say and some tips is when you know that you want to start moving out, start going to the thrift stores, the Habitats for Humanity. This I'm talking about if this is your first time moving out, you just need to get some of the items to make your house into a home. Start looking at the Habitats for Humanity. Habitats for Humanity. Start looking at the Facebook marketplaces and bidding on those items, getting those items, because I have gotten a few items from here. This like small dresser drawer that's in one of my closets now. I got that from Facebook Marketplace for $50. I got some other decorative pieces around here from Habitat for Humanity and paid like $20. So definitely look at those places. And additionally, Wayfair. Wayfair, you got just what I need. They never lie. They really do have just what you need. And they have reasonable prices for things like bed frames and everything like that. Also, if you're looking to move out, you're going to have to set aside about $500 to $700, $500 to $1,000 just for a mattress. Mattresses are so expensive. That's another hidden cost that you don't think about, and then you get there at the Raymore Flanagan, because it's exactly what happened to me. And the man said $500, and I tried to get the cheapest mattress I could, and my parents were like, but you don't want to sleep on a cheap mattress. And I was like, you don't know me, because I really would. But yeah, I didn't know that they were so expensive, and I don't even want to think about how much a mattress costs now, especially during this whole inflation thing. So definitely just make sure you're allotting for the things that you're going to have to buy. I mean, unless you want a secondhand mattress, no shade, no tea, I'm not going to judge you. I'm just saying, certain things you're going to want to buy of your own that you're not going to get from other people. So just keep that in mind. Like a couch, I feel like as long as it has like a cover and you can wash the actual like cover of the couch, like you're fine. Or you have a way to properly clean a couch, then you're fine, you're good. Like even with this chase, this all comes off. So we were able to take this, disinfect it from the IKEA, etc. So just keep that in mind. Also, get creative with your decorations. When I first moved into my first apartment, so many of those decorations was just, I would go to the thrift store and buy a bunch of dollar frames, because they have so many frames in thrift stores for $1 with random pictures. You can just buy those frames and paint them whatever color you want. Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. So those are just things to think about when you're moving into your first place, because obviously it costs way more money than I even thought that I spent. I kind of want some of my coins back. So in conclusion, your life's alive. Just kidding. In conclusion, you're going to spend a lot of money to move. So be prepared. Save them coins. Stack that bread. Don't try to take the shortcuts for certain things that you're really going to need. And as far as the apartment search itself, area is key. Make sure you go in the day and at night to see what the area is really about. To see if they be having shootouts in the nighttime. You know, you really just need to know the area. Make sure you're comfortable in it. Really study, do your homework on the area. And don't overpay. And keep looking. You know, you may be tired sometimes. You may not want to go to the viewing, and that could be the viewing that you find the place that you want to live in. You know what I mean? So all that to say is I'm also a resource. I'm right here. Hit me up on Instagram. Everything's the same name, Sierra Likes Eggs. Yeah, find me. You know, subscribe, follow, like this video. Wait, let me try that again. Subscribe, like, comment on this video, run it up. Anyways, yeah, if you need a resource, I'm here though, for real. You can always message me as well. Think of me as like your internet big sis. I know there's so many people that claim to be, but like there can only be one. It's me. I win, you lose. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Stop filming me.